yeah, pretty much that's it. I guess that's not it. I What's up, guys? I am Mike Armstrong, if you care about my last name. I am the owner of Boss Supplements in Brampton. I'm a licensed diesel mechanic as well, which a lot of people don't know about me. Played hockey since I was about 4 years old. Once you're in, like, playing sports and stuff, you're kind of just like a sporty kid. And then you get into high school, you kind of want to start to look good, and you see, like, the sex image in the media. So, like, I wanted to, like, look better. So that's when I started getting into the weight training. And I did become a mechanic, but I was like, oh, one day I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to do something in the health and fitness industry. And then it took me 11 years before, like, I actually was like, yo, fuck it, I'm going to do this. I'm quitting my job. I'm starting a supplement store, and I'm just going all in on this because this is what I believe in, and I'd rather do this for the rest of my life. I was a third Boss store to open. Now there's 10. So I was like on like that really new stage of the actual brand Boss. So I really did help that grow, which is pretty cool. In June 2017 is when we opened. I do look up to certain mentors and I give them a lot of respect. In the transition period, I'm not going to lie, I didn't have none. I'm not even going to front. I wasn't into like self-growth or like looking deep inside yourself. It's not like I thought that was dumb or I thought it was good. I just, like, that stuff wasn't around as much like when I was younger. You got to remember, guys, I'm 32, right? When I hit like 24, that's when like the first big fitness influencers came out. Rich Piana, if you guys know who that is, he was from Mutant, and then he opened his own brand, 5%. Rest in peace, he's dead now, but he was like the first guy to like break the scene of fitness on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says, he paved the way for fitness YouTubers. He probably was like my first mentor, like learning, oh, you need to eat to grow. You can't just rely on supplements all the time. As I got more into the business side and really look up to a guy named Ed Millett, I follow him on IG, Facebook, I listen to his podcast, always motivates me. Another person I look up to, Andy Frisilla, I listen to his podcast. He actually started a supplement chain in the States, became really successful. He tells it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat it. That's why I look up to him. A lot of these people sugarcoat it too much. And it's like, oh, be happy, positive vibes. Everything will come to you. It's a great mentality to have, but at the end of the day, hard work and positive vibes is going to pay off. You can't just be happy and then like, but I'm happy and I treat people good and I'm just sitting on my couch watching YouTube all day or Netflix. Like, it doesn't work that way. I had somebody help me when I first started. His name's Mark Broadfoot. He actually owns the second location of Boss Supplements in Sudbury. And he really paved the way for me on how to use social media, how to become somewhat of an influencer in your area. So in a nutshell, there was, I guess, a bunch of different mentors that like led me into this journey. The main things that I believe are going to serve people the best in supplementation, one is definitely going to be protein. Protein. My next one's going to be a multivitamin for micronutrients, a green supplement. If you're not going to take a multi, I'd say take a greens, both if you can, omegas. There's a bunch of other you can add in after, but definitely those would be my main four. If you can consume too much protein, good for you, because you probably can't. And if you do, you're going to pass it through you anyways. As long as your water consumption is on point, you're going to be fine. You're not going to die. Multivitamins, I definitely wouldn't tell anybody to take 5 times the dosage it says on the bottle. If it's a 2 a day and it says take 2 a day, maybe just take 2 a day. People definitely relate me to Boss, 100%. And that community, thankfully, is like so diverse, like so multicultural. It's everybody, which is amazing. I love it. Like, that was another blessing for me, like growing up in Brampton. I got to experience so many different cultures, so many different friends from different places. And like, that was really a big thing for me. I do have a daughter. She's 8. turning 9, and she gets to experience that same thing. Like if you see her friends, like such a diverse friends, and it's amazing because they're learning about each other at such a young age. And I love seeing that because I got to grow up like that. And I know a lot of people don't. And I honestly feel like really bad for them that, they didn't get to grow up like that because it's kind of shitty. Fortunately, I was never bullied in school. I'm not gonna lie, like I was in the popular kids but like I was always nice to everybody. I was always the guy that would shut the bullying down if I saw it. Like that's just not who I am in my heart. I'm just like a little teddy bear inside, Like I'm the guy that's gonna walk through the catwalk on the way to school, seeing a kid getting his hat stolen from him, and who's gonna stop it and be like, yo, what are you doing? Give this kid his hat back. What's wrong with you? Get out of here. I saw the bullying. For when I could, I would put a stop to it, but obviously I'm not everywhere. So like I never like hang out with kids like that. That wasn't my thing. Like, as I said, we're like the athletes. So like, we were never like that. So it was like, I don't know. I never liked that crap. I've always been pretty happy. Obviously life isn't always happy, but at the end of the day, like you need to be grateful for the things you have. And I know at a lot of times we tend to think that life is against us and maybe we don't have the options that we should. I've had days where like I wanted to kill myself when I was younger, and I thought I had the hardest life in the world and no one could understand. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to fix that and to surround yourself by positive people who will bring you to that next level. A misconception people make about me all the time is that I'm like this mean guy with tattoos and a beard and muscles. And then they talk to me and they're like, what the hell? Like, yo, you're totally not that at all. That's the biggest misconception about me. 100%. Hands down. I didn't even have to think about that. People judge books by the cover. Do I like Brampton? Wow, that's such like a love-hate question. I like Brampton. I grew up here. I have family here. I have friends here. I thought I hated Brampton so much one time. I moved away for a year. One of the factors was homes were so expensive. I thought homes were so expensive. Fast forward 10 years later after buying my first home. Now I think homes are expensive. I actually moved to Barrie for 1 year. Freaking hated the commute. Barrie's a beautiful city. I miss Brampton a lot. I moved back. The nightlife could be better. Other than that, they got beautiful parks, beautiful community centers. I always had found things to do as like a kid and a teenager. The traffic and the driving, I don't like. I'm like the perfect definition of Brampton boy, like I was born and raised here. I'm still here. I started my first own business here. My first job was in Brampton. My first gym was in Brampton. My first everything was in Brampton pretty much, except for my first house that was in Barrie. But super resonate with it. I'm probably the perfect definition of it. I always have to defend the city, man. So many people like have talk shit about Brampton. Everyone here has always supported me. I definitely love Bramley area, old Brampton areas, because there's so much more parks and like pathways and like creeks. And Ching Park is always a great spot to go. Canada Day is always amazing. I don't know how it's going to be this year with all the changes. You could do a lot at Heart Lake. If you actually go into the conservation area, there's a lot of good trails for biking, walking. You used to be able to swim in there and it wasn't so bad. Like you can't swim in there anymore. When we moved into Springdale, there was only one Springdale. It wasn't like multiple subdivisions of Springdale. It was one. There was Fern Forest Road and there was Black Oak, and that's it. Everything else was fields. There was homes being built. I used to build forts in them. Yeah, so population growth, like there was nothing. It was fields and fields and fields and fields. Pretty crazy how fast it grew. And like how much they built. I don't have much more to add. Just like you guys should always just follow your heart. Don't be scared to take risks. When I started Boss, I was 29. Some people look at 29 like it's old, but I don't look at it as like it's old. So like you're never too old. Do what you want. If you surround yourself by lazy people or people who don't have ambitions like you do, you're gonna be stuck there. It's very hard to break the cycle. It's so challenging because some of these people are people you grew up with your whole life. And you don't have to be assholes to them. You could just kind of like tone it down a bit and then indulge in the things that you dream about and that you want. Like if you guys don't have vision boards, that's another really good thing to help keep you motivated, Just get a cork board, put some things on there. And you know, that's about it, guys. Like, follow your dreams, take the risks. You only live once, and you don't want to be 70 years old, like talking about, oh, if I started this back then, I would be here. Like, yo, just start it. And if you fail, it doesn't matter. You could try it, something again. It takes somebody you think is very successful. Think about that person. I bet you they failed 100 times more than you have. 100 times at minimum. They just kept getting back in line and trying again and trying again and trying again. And eventually they got it. You know, you're never going to get it on the first try. So stay persistent, take risks, surround yourself with good people, create vision boards, journal if you have to. The world is your oyster. And that's about it. You never know. Maybe one day you travel somewhere and you fall in love and you never come home.